Let's talk 1 week out. Okay, we've been running a fair bit of marketing stuff. If you've been running the ads for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, it might be worthwhile quickly updating your ads. And I want to share just the thought process behind it, because this could just get you those extra sales, save you a fair bit on your marketing, and really even help with that opening with a bang. So it's going to really depend on your lead flow, your cost per lead from your ads, whether you should do this. I'm going to break this down for you. I'm going to give you some, oh my God, what I'm going to give you is, I wish I got this day one. Typically, most local ads will start strong. They'll get cheap leads and gradually get more expensive as you exhaust the area. So generally an audience for your local area is going to be anywhere from 50 to 150,000 people on something like Facebook or Instagram ads. If you were just to give you perspective, if I'm running ads for like my coaching business online internationally, I might have audiences of like 1 million people. So straight away, I've got tenfold the lifetime generally of the ad, because there's tenfold the amount of people who can see it, if that makes sense. So local ads, they generally hit really hard well, because local things people trust a lot more than not local. It's like, oh, you're near me, you must not be a scam artist, versus online Tai Lopez with his Lamborghini. Like, what are you doing? So local ads, they go strong, but they have a very sharp kind of increase in lead cost typically. So I'll dive into the ads manager and show you how to look at the stats and actually look at these decisions in just a second. I'm going to show you how to actually tell all this stuff. You're like, all right, cool, Facebook ads, but how the hell do I do that? I'll show you. Let me just break down some principles that are extremely valuable, not just for this launch, extremely valuable principles as you go in business. If you can understand this, you will be so far ahead of most people. So paid advertising, okay? And generally most advertising is paid, but specifically like social media paid advertising. You might be like, all right, what is a cheap cost per lead? I kind of mentioned that before. What if my lead cost is increasing? Well, what's cheap, what's expensive? Great question. Here's what I just want to back up for a second. Paid advertising is only about one thing: return on your ad spend. That's all that matters. All that matters. Big picture. Meaning, how much are we putting in for what are we getting out? That is really all anyone should care about, really. And I mean, look, how much time it spends to deliver to the client, different factors do matter, but you could just think about how much do I pay someone to deliver it. Generally, it's return on ad spend almost all the time. To figure this out, it is a function of how much we spend to how many sign up and how much they are paying. All right, how much we spend, how many sign up, and how much each of the signups is paying. Cool. Hey, Dave duplicated the slide. Go, Dave. So if you can study and learn these principles, you'll never have a problem getting new clients. I think I've duplicated like 8 slides here. Wow, smashed it. Okay, hypothetical numbers. Spend $200 on ads. Let's play with what I just talked about. You spend $200 on ads, you get 10 leads, so $20 a lead. Very cool. Let's say 3 out of 10 sign up into a $400 program, which is a good price point I would recommend to start with. Our cost per acquisition, our CPA, look at you go learning some cool marketing lingo. CPA, $200 we spend on ads and we sign 3 people up. So $67 to acquire a new client. Pretty cool. Put $67 in, new client pops out. Nice little machine. Each of them pay $400, so we made $1,200. Pretty cool. Return on ad spend is about 6 times. We made 6 times the dollars. $200 became $1,200. It's following so far. Beautiful. In that example, $20 leads is pretty damn awesome. 6 times return on ad spend. I'd be taking that to the bank. I would be selling my car and house and sticking it on Facebook ads if that was what was happening. Now, by adjusting these numbers, you can actually see how it would change the return on the ad spend very quickly. So let's just say you spend $400 on ads, not $200, and you still got 10 leads. So now it's $40 per lead. So far, so good. You still sign 3 to 10 up into a $400 program. Your CPA, your cost per acquisition, $400 divided by 3 is now $134. So that's doubled because we doubled the cost per lead or the spend. Cool. Still $1,200 we made. Your return on ad spend is now 3 times. So $400 became $1,200. So far, so good. $40 there is $40 a lead is still profitable when you sign up 3 out of 10, 30% into a $400 package. Pretty cool. But what if your closing rate went down? Well, let's have a look at that. $400 on ads, 10 leads, $40 per lead. Now only 2 out of 10 sign up instead of the 3 out of 10 because, you know, Sally, the salesperson, had a bad week. CPA is now 400 divided by 2, so now it's $200 to sign up a new client. 2 times 400 is $800, so now our return on ad spend has dropped to 2 times. $400 has become $800. I'm taking a quick drink, quickly get those numbers, make sure you're keeping up. And I'm going on to detail here, but trust me, this is just God damn it, so important. Now, is 2 times still good? There is no good. I mean, look, if you wanted to go across an industry, perhaps there's good, but even still, it's so varied in different people marketing. And if every small gym like in the world was able to do a census and tell you what they spend on ads to what they sign up, I mean, then we could maybe work out an average, but you're probably not going to get them all doing that anytime soon, unless you want to be, anyway, there for a while. 2 times still makes money by definition. It's 2 times your money, so it's profitable. But often, especially in the gym world, we sign people up into weekly payments. So we don't actually make the money straight away until a few weeks in. So these are just all important to consider, especially cash flow when starting, because that's pretty important when you're starting out. Cash flow is your oxygen. We don't want to suffocate. So when it comes to making decisions on your ad changes, these are the numbers that you need to be looking at and healthily, as I put in brackets, actually obsessing over to a certain extent. Like if you don't know these numbers, you need to set aside time in your calendar to just look at the numbers and always know where they're at. Really important. It's like vital signs, right? Let me give you a quick rough long-term guide. If you're making your money back in 4 weeks or less, I would normally say from my experience, running my ads, coaching guys around the world, that's pretty solid. Pretty solid. A lot of marketing guys are happy to go 60 to 90 days until they make money. So we're talking 28 days or less. So for example, you sell a $50 per week membership package, whatever you want to call it. You could, in my rulebook, afford to acquire a new client for $200 because in 4 weeks, you've made your money back. And if they stay for 4 years, you've made a lot of money. Even 4 months, you've made money. That's my thing. So did I just duplicate that again? Yeah, nice, Dave. On a roll. While you're launching, though, I would say you probably should be trying to go a little bit better because you've got this buzz of a new facility. This should probably be the cheapest leads and cost per signups you'll ever get because of the buzz of the new location. All right. So I would just halve that goal when we're talking specifically about launching and what you should be aiming for. Meaning you should be aiming for return from your ads in 2 weeks, assuming weekly payments. So $50 a week, it means $100 cost per acquisition is a fair goal. Because in 2 weeks, you make $100 back, everything else is profit. So far, so good. So now we want to troubleshoot. If that's our target, we want our money back in 2 weeks, we can actually look at all these numbers. This is how we do it. Number one, we look at what our cost per lead is, which is a function of how much you spent and how many leads you got. Again, $200 spend, 10 leads, $20 cost per lead. Sign up percentage. I got 10 leads. How many became clients? Did 1 in 10, 2 in 10, 3 in 10, 4 in 10, etc. And then from that, we can look at our return on ad spend, which is the dollars from sales. So again, I made 3 sales, $400 a pop. I made $1,200. And how much did I spend on ads? I spent $300. So I have 4 times my money. Excellent. Cool. We can figure that out. And again, if they're paying weekly, just think about the weekly amount of that. So if you signed up 3 clients at $50 a week, you made $150 per week extra. So you make $300 from your ad spend back in 2 weeks. It's all the same thing. I'm just talking about how we look at those numbers. So this would be my criteria, okay, to simplify. I had to show the principles so you know where I'm coming from. This is the summarized if this, then that, okay, slide. If your sign-up percentage, your number of leads by the number of sign-ups is less than 20%, that is your low-hanging fruit, if you're familiar with that expression. That is the thing that you could quickly fix to have the biggest impact. Okay, going from like 10 to 15% sign-ups to 30% is huge, very huge. The way you do that, I would be improving your speed of contacting leads. So call them literally as soon as possible. If they apply at 11:05, you should be trying to call them at 11:06 because then they're like, holy cow, that guy really cares about his clients. You could analyze your sales script. Like if you're getting on the phone to people and getting a lot of no's, a lot of maybes and people falling out, I would look at what you're actually saying. Okay, what questions are we asking? How are we getting them committed? How are we overcoming their objections? And then more small follow-ups. Are you sending texts out for at least 3 to 5 days? Are you sending emails? Maybe the text you send suck. Could you improve the text you send? Be more personal, get their attention better, okay? As I said before, if you're like 15% signups, like if you're getting between 1 and 2 out of 10, and we take that to 3 consistently, that straight away doubles it, and you don't need to change your ads. You don't need to test anything. You don't need to think of new ads. You just need to improve your sales percentages. And that's very realistic. 20 to 30%, no matter where you're at with sales, no matter how good you are with this stuff, is pretty realistic, okay, from my experience. Cool. If sign-up percentage is about 20%, yeah, sorry. If your sign up percentage then is above 20%, I would look at decreasing lead costs. So let's say you're signing up, 25%, 30%, excellent. Let's look at decreasing lead costs because that'll have a bigger impact. Or if your lead cost is over about $50 per lead, I'd probably pretty much be fixing that, because even at a 33% conversion rate, $50 a lead is $150 in acquisition. You're probably not making your money back for 3 weeks, right? So maybe making it work, but generally over $50 a lead, I would be looking at it to bring it down. So this is now where we make adjustments to our ads. Okay, we look at that. We go, I'm signing up pretty well. My sales is good. I just am paying a lot of money for leads, which means I'm not getting many leads unless you're spending like crazy. So I'll show you how to quickly check ad stats. Ooh, where are we going? Let's quickly look at ads and how to actually check ad stats, because I think that's pretty important. Good afternoon, handsome. Yes, I am indeed handsome. So I'm in my ads. Let me really quickly show you an example of checking some ads. If you're running, I'll show you 2 ways really quickly. If you're running a lead ads are pretty cool. Okay, I'm just going to isolate this campaign. This is a lead ad I was running. When you're running a lead ad, just look here for me. 2018. Whoa, takes me back. Yeah, that's my lifetime spend on ads, by the way. So when I give you advice, it's because I've spent a lot of money on it. In this case, lead ads are pretty sweet. Facebook's telling me 19 leads, okay, $25 a lead. Pretty easy. If I click on the campaign, this is the ad set. It'll tell me the same thing unless you've got multiple ad sets. This was the campaign. Again, 19 leads, $25 per lead. Pretty straightforward. When you're doing lead ads, that is how you check it. So all you got to do is come across. If it's not showing you the right things, you can come to columns up here. You might need to change that, but it should work on almost any of the columns. You should be able to see that. Okay, so the rest of the numbers are honestly cost per lead is the most important one from what we're looking at here. Again, return on ad spend is most important long term, but that's how you check it. Okay, so again, when I'm saying what's our lead cost, I'm saying how much have you spent. Come here, it'll tell you how much you spent, tell you how many leads you got, Just for your own reference, you may not have done this for a long time, or you may have. If you're running an ad that's not a lead ad, let's say I'm running this ad. This one was not a lead ad. 28-day metabolism reset. There's a beautiful headline. I've ever seen one. This was not a lead ad. So in this case of an ad, this is just, I don't know, you might find this interesting, you might not. In this ad, they clicked to a website. So I was sending them to, send to this website here, okay? This is called this was a ClickFunnels page. If you're familiar with that, it's just a website you can build that can make little landing pages and collect information. So I would then do this. I would go, all right, on this ad, let's just look at the ad set. I've spent $9.79. I would open up my ClickFunnels and I would look at how many leads I've gotten in ClickFunnels. And let's say I've gotten 40 leads, then I know it's about a $25 cost per lead. You may not have set that up, but if you have, then you need to do that. What the hell was that? You may need to look at it like that. If you've just done lead ads, it's very easy to, again, find the lead ad. It'll tell you straight away your cost per lead. Cool. So that's how we check. Happy days. Now, that's how we check the ad stats. How do we change our ads if the lead cost isn't good, like I've talked about? What would you do? Because you're not far from launch at this stage, I would set up a new ad that says like last chance. Again, we may as well use our very legitimate urgency here, similar to our organic approach. This is a really quick change. It's just changing wording. You don't need to film anything or find any new images or videos. So they're doing the old duplicating trick again. What I'll do, I'll quickly show you that. Okay, so again, what we're going to do, we're going to go, all right, let's set up a new ad, last chance. So I come to my ad account, happy days. This was actually what I made last time we were doing this. It was just a test ad, okay? So let's say I come in here, and I'm like, yeah, these are my ads, they're going all right. This is what you do when you want to test something new. You duplicate the actual ad set. Here, so I'd go duplicate. And I'm going to call this live test ad set 2. I'm going to call it last chance. I'm not going to change anything in the ad set. My targeting is good. With the budget, because we're duplicating it, you're essentially spending twice as much money, but that's fine. We're just testing. If this one outperforms the other one, you turn it off. So all I did was duplicate it. Now I click into the challenge ad here. So again, this is the one we're running before. You've got your video, you've got your challenge. All I would recommend, again, is let's use this last chance type of angle. And lucky for you, I'm going to give you some copy that you can use straight away to do that because I'm so awesome. So last chance ad. This is a quick example of how you change that. This could be your new headline. Big X. We don't want people to miss out. Last chance for a free 6-week transformation. Boom. Goes in my headline. Now we've gone from a very positive, benefit-driven headline to like, hey guys, if you scroll past this video, you're going to miss out. I'm going to get rid of the text, and I've written some new text you could use. Again, you can model this to your own stuff if you want to. Just a sample, and this is what I would probably be doing. Okay. Primary text, I'm going to paste that in. And you can see now the headline is like, nobody likes missing out, but if you don't act now, you'll miss out on a once-off opportunity to get back into shape and loving fitness. 1, 2, 3 fitness, right? Like your business there, whatever you want to call yourself. We're a week away from opening our brand new studio. We're celebrating with a bang, 20 ladies, 10 for free, same offer. And this is good. You know, we know to become the best student in the area, we need to showcase results, which is why if you're needing a boost in motivation and see some fast results, we want you to be our walking transformation billboards. Pretty cool. I just kept this the same because it's more about changing this initial kind of hook to get people to actually read all this stuff. And then I just changed this last line a little bit here. Opportunity ends in 2 days. So if you want to click learn more now, we're going to quick chat about your goals. Very cool. Everything else very similar because it just doesn't need to be that different. So whatever you did before, do that. So literally you would just do that. And then you'd send live, you go publish, rocking and rolling, okay? So that would be a quick switch. Again, if your lead cost has crept up, I'd quickly switch that and I'd start testing that, see if you can bring your lead cost down again. Cool beans. Let's say you want to do some other tests just because your lead cost is a bit high or you just want to learn a little bit about changing it. Change the video. So things like how you grab attention, change that. Maybe change the setting. Maybe you're inside the gym, maybe be out the front, maybe out at the park, maybe down by the beach. Those 2 things will get more people to engage in the video. End of the day, you still got to say the same things to a certain extent on the video. Like it's the same offer. So there's only so much difference you can actually verbalize in that video. So change the setting, change the opening. That's just some super quick ones. Image. There's lots of different images that I've found work really well. So it could be a group image of you and your clients, individual image. That could be of your clients, could be black and white. You could do an overlay on the photo if you're familiar with that, where picture an image and then down the bottom over the top of the image, it's like 6-week transformation. Again, just for variety, more than anything here is where I'm coming from. And finally, you could change the wording on the actual ad. So that's a relatively long kind of copy I've given you. Excuse me, you could make it a little bit shorter. Okay, just kind of like, hey, we're doing a challenge. You're going to get these results. If you're interested, click here because we're about to start. Cool. You could tell your story. That would definitely be a good angle. It would be like, hey, do you want a 6-week transformation? Why are we doing this? Well, you know, just 3 years ago, I decided to quit my job and start a boot camp outdoors. I was so passionate about fitness. And since then, we've grown to 75 happy boot camp members, and they love training here with us and seeing the results. And now we've opened our own studio, and I'm excited to offer 20 spots, right? So now it's the same offer, but just tell the story to start with so people know more about you. Cool. And focus more on, that is meant to say, focus more on benefits. Cool. So focus a bit more on how they're going to feel, like what is their life going to look like after the challenge as your copy. Finally, sorry, you got your headline as well. So your headline can be more benefits focused, right? 6 weeks to fit, firm, and happy. That would be a benefits focused headline. And away from fear focused headline, we're trying to get them away from that fear, right? Stop, never lose fitness motivation. Don't rebound. Get the clothes fitting better. That's talking about that. That's making them, by reading it, focus on a fear or something they want to get away from. Sometimes Facebook doesn't allow that, but you can get away with a fair bit of it. Curiosity focused, right? Could this be the best workout in area? Like, could this be the best workout in Perth? ? That headline makes people go, I want to learn what the best workout is. You could call out the demographic. Ladies, this is for you. That could be a headline. What's a lady going to do scrolling through Facebook? Oh my God, it's for me. Even though you've targeted ladies. So not just a free face, quite smart. Most of you, the quickest one would be like an image to change, because you don't have to refilm a video or even think about the wording I just gave you. So again, if you want to just change your image, it's pretty quick. Let me quickly show you. Like, let's just hypothetically say I'm here and I want to change my image up. I'd be like, all right, what are my options? Well, let me quickly just clear the videos. Okay. As I've said on the last video, Facebook actually partners with like Shutterstock, right? So you could just play around here and be like, cool, group fitness. And you'll find multiple different, right? And you could pick one or two of these and you go, hey, that looks pretty cool. I'm going to do this one. Let's rock and roll. Maybe you're do some CrossFit actions. So you're like, this looks kind of CrossFitty. I got some chicks front squatting. You know, they're not injured yet, so it's a little bit inaccurate for CrossFit, but I'm just stirring. Don't hate me, CrossFitters, please. Cool. You might go with that. Like, that's super quick, and this is the mechanics, right? This is how it works. People are scrolling through Facebook. They see the same ad so many times, they just ignore it. Okay. If you just change even the image, then that's enough to get their attention again. Cool. So it's just about having something new, and that's a pretty cool image. Let's say you want to go super baller mode. What you can do is actually go to Adobe. You can make an account with Adobe. Pretty sure this doesn't show my password. If it did, that'd be really awkward. What the hell? Normally this has me logged in. Hang on a minute. Please work. All right, life is good. I have an Adobe account. I pay like $40 a month, but I can get Adobe images, and Adobe images are generally like the Shutterstock, high quality. So I can steal any of these, and I could be like, damn, these people look like this is the greatest studio of all time. So I've actually already got this before, because it is a pretty good photo. So I could get it off Adobe. You pay a bit of money to have access to this, but you get heaps of good images. Cool. Let's go above and beyond. You really want to learn how to overlay stuff in really quick time. There's this website called Canva. Canva is absolutely incredible. Canva, you can come and you can make ads extremely quickly and cool videos and images. So you go to Canva. Again, there's this amazing website called Google that will teach you all of this. But you can set up a photo that is the right dimensions for Facebook. You can then take photos and you can chuck them in, and you can overlay really, really easy. So Canva's really awesome. And I could write whatever I want here. I can overlay whatever I want here, right? So let's say I've got my images. I got this off Adobe, let's say. I upload my image. Don't even ask what these were, by the way. They're just me having some fun. I upload my image. Stick it in here. Boom. These girls look so happy doing their Pilates yoga. Right. And I'm going to overlay a little text at the bottom. Make that white. P.S. I was like the least arty, designy person in the world before I got into business, and then I had to learn how to do it because otherwise I didn't know what the hell I was doing. This is really rough. Like, that doesn't really pop all that well, if you ask me. So just principle-wise, this is how you do overlays, okay? But that doesn't stand out as well as I'd probably like, design perspective. If you absolutely hate this and suck at it, you could just go pay some graphic designer to do all this for you. Sorry. But you can do decent ones yourself if you're in a hurry, if you don't know what you're doing. Maybe you don't like these like borders, right? Is there a best answer to all this? Not really. Just have some options, stick them in your ads. And the good thing about Facebook, it tracks everything, right? I could filter this like black and white really quickly. I don't actually like that grayscale. Isn't there a black? I swear there's a black and white in here. Even that actually looks kind of cooler, like a street. So Canva is amazing. Canva's like a massive company for a reason, because they create some pretty cool filters. So yeah, you could have this filter, you can make it super strong. Oh, look at that, pops. Right, what's that? Number 3. So there you go, download. 3. Hold type, growing my design. And then all we're going to do is stick our new image back into here again, and we're going to create some new variations of the ads. Keeps it fresh. We can keep the lead cost down. And for just getting started with paid advertising, if you can understand a lot of this stuff, you'll be able to do pretty well with just keeping it going. So now I change the image, I go upload. There's the image I just made. Excelente. Oh, doesn't that look cool? Beautiful, right? So that is the other ways. If you're running ads for a week or two and you're like, cool, they're starting to get expensive, my leads are slowing up, do a little quick change and rock it and roll. Canva's awesome. You can use Adobe if you want. Awesome. Look at all the stuff we're going through today. How fun. Awesome. So after that, so if you are getting good lead costs, as I said, this is a possible thing. If you're getting great lead costs, you're making sales, don't worry about changing it. Just keep driving it home. You might even want to ramp up your budget because, again, if we're talking about return on ad spend as a multiplier, if you're making 3 times your money on ads, I would personally rather spend 5K than 500 bucks because you can do the maths on the amount of profits you make if you were to do 5K, not 500. There is no reward for playing small in life. Just saying.